All right, looks like we are now live. Excellent. Okay. I forget who is chair, Commissioner Ching or Ostrowski?
Ching.
Okay. Okay, do you want to get us going?
Am I the chair?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess this would be the first time I've been chair since it used to be one of the other commissioners. So how would you like me to start, Daniel?
I mean, generally, the chair just introduces the SARC members and just explains your purview as a subcommittee of the Planning Commission. Really, pretty brief.
Okay, cool. All right, great. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Maggie Ostrowski. I am the new chair of the SARC committee, as I was just informed. So the role of Commissioner Stuart Ching and mine is to basically do some of the preliminary reviews of some of the different projects, provide some initial feedback on behalf of the Planning Commission, and then usually the items are then presented to the entire Planning Commission a few weeks after this initial meeting. So it's pretty low key. It's informal. It's a discussion is the main thing. So a dialogue is kind of what it's meant to be. So we ask questions for clarification and then provide some feedback. And then that gets documented. That goes into the planning report that goes to the entire Planning Commission. And then we go from there.
Okay, thank you. Okay. If I may, I will do a very brief overview of this application. Let me share my screen here. Okay. Okay, so we have a site and architectural review permit to do a facade improvement to an existing industrial building that's located on Dell Avenue. Here we have the cover sheet of the plans. You see the existing photograph of the building, fairly dated, a lot of stonework on it. The architectural drawings and the rendering shown on the left on the proposed elevation to really modernize it up, remove the stone, do new stucco plastering, new metal canopies, and modify the storefront a bit. Additionally, staff's direction, we are also having the applicant restripe the parking lot. This parking configuration had been approved about 20 years ago as a zoning clearance approval by the previous staff. So we're just having them mark that up because those parking stalls, if they were ever striped, they're no longer visible. Fairly straightforward. Generally, this is the type of thing that had this building been approved by the Planning Commission at some point in time, the director could have allowed these changes to occur without having to go through a formal review process. But because these buildings, according to the city's records, appear to predated the city's requirements, likely because they were built prior to the city's incorporation of this area, under the zoning code, any change to the building still does require planning commission approval, even if it's relatively nominal in nature. And with that, I will leave it to the applicants if they have anything else they wish to add.
Hi, I'm Gary Colsat, and with me is Jacqueline Greenmeyer, and she's responsible for the drawings. Anyway, yeah, we agree with Daniel that this is kind of a minor modification, and it's I think everybody can agree, I hope, that it's an improvement, a major improvement. I do want to reiterate how dangerous the old awning was. It literally came off with two guys just kind of a couple hammers and kind of broke it loose and it just fell off. So it was crazy. It was put on with not screws or bolts or anything. It was just nailed on there, and probably 30 years, 40 years ago. So we took that off, and then the stone started peeling off as well. We were thinking of just stuccoing over the stone, but the stone came off. And so right now, if you drive by, you'll see it's already been stuccoed. We actually went in with the the idea of getting a building permit for these steel awnings, the canopies. And then we were, it was brought to our attention by planning that this building needed to go through SARC and Planning Commission because of how Daniel had explained it. So it was a little bit of a surprise to us. So we hope that everything is pretty straightforward. We can answer any questions for you at this time, but I don't think it's deserving of a big oration myself. So.
Yep. I read that. It seems like it's a nice improvement over what's there currently in terms of the safety issues and also just the dated look of the current version. So I think your design is very nice, Jacqueline.
Well, we've been doing and in different industrial zones in Los Gatos and other in San Jose is we are taking these dated buildings that were just thrown up. I mean, obviously it was all about economics back in the day. And there was very little style and design. You see newer buildings coming up and it's all about style. And so we're just trying to, you know, take one building at a time and beautify the city. So
that's great. Yeah, maybe others will follow suit, right?
That's the hope.
They'll
right?
realize
Yeah.
like, wow, that made a huge difference, and and then they'll get things going.
Yeah, I just really echo Maggie's comments and sorry for the extra layer of red tape. It sounds like it's an unusual one because it hasn't been incorporated in the city, but it looks great to me. I love the contemporary style. Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
Short and sweet. That's what I thought it might be when I read the report.
All right, I guess that's it.
Okay, so
Sounds
what's the
good.
next
So-
phase? We have to go to Planning Commission?
Correct. So you will be going to Planning Commission in 2 weeks, and that will be the final decision, unless by some happenstance it's appealed, but that would be very unlikely.
Will it be actually an item or will it be a consent calendar?
We don't have a consent calendar,
Oh,
but so
okay.
it will technically be a public hearing, but we'll keep it fairly brief.
Okay, great,
All right.
all right.
Hopefully short and sweet.
Is there an appeal period after that planning commission as well?
There's a 10-day appeal period.
Okay. Okay,
Sounds
great.
good,
All right.
all right.
Guys have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
everybody.
Really
Bye-bye.
appreciate it.
Yeah.